Hey everybody, here's the final on the 1/8 scale F-16 Cockpit. This one was built with Charlie Mack. We did a buddy build. He did the F-104 Cockpit, and the crazy thing is how much different they are. So he's going to do a video today too. So it'd be cool for you to watch his video and watch my video and kind of look at the differences in the two builds. Now the cockpits are made by two different companies. I don't know the year of his or mine, but I do know that the manufacturer of the airplanes, they're not going to copy off each other because they know what's the best if you ask them. So they're going to have quite a bit of difference in the design, and you can see it quite well in these kits. Now he had a lot of problems with the instructions on his, but luckily on mine it's the original brand, and it looks like when they went to the newer brand, I ended up buying them out, they changed the instructions, and it looks like they actually kind of skimped on a lot of the detail. Don't know why they would have did that, because the instructions I had in my kit had a lot of information. And I do have the kit that he has, and it's the modern version of it. And I compared it to my instructions, and it is lacking a lot of information. So if you guys do these, try to find an ESCI brand. I think it would be worth better to have that older instruction manual than the newer. And I do see them every once in a while on eBay, and it's a very enjoyable kit. It's a lot of work, but when you finally get done and you finally start tackling some of the stuff, you have this sense of accomplishment that you're just not going to get from other builds. So let's start going over the detail here. I'm going to put a lot of pictures on at the end because the video is just not going to capture the details. One thing I did have, as you notice as it goes around, the one problem I did have was the kit is so old, these tubes they're rotting, and they started falling apart after I glued them on, so I'll end up cutting them off and getting some better tube on there, but I gotta find that size because I do not want to get too far, and I still will be able to take those off. They're not permanently stuck on there. The helmet is separate. Now they did a thing for this one because the two kits are different. This one has they call it a magic flying helmet or so, or flying helmet, and it's supposed to sit in there like that. So I think it's like hanging from something that's actually not in this build. I don't know if I'm going to do that. So that's something I'm going to have to decide on. But here's the helmet. Like Charlie Mack had in his video, I cut mine out that so you can actually see the white underneath it. I'm trying to give it a more of a realistic look, and I had to stretch that out to get the fit. It kind of don't fit the way I'd want it to, so I might break that one off and have it kitty cornered like his, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. I did have a lot of problems with the clear on that. I don't know why, but I did wet sand it quite a bit and got it smoothed out. Man. But the blue, it made like a milky color, but I was able to, well, you can see it right there a little bit that I couldn't get rid of. Didn't want to burn that edge, but I ended up wet sanding it pretty good, got it smooth as I could. And so it ain't too bad. And then the white, ended up white sanding or wet sanding that quite a bit, smoothed out. And all the decals in this kit, I had to end up using these gloss coat or dull coat depending on what I wanted, glossy decals or dull decals. I had to use that to kind of glue everything down, and I ended up having to glue those down as well. The stars, they did stick down, but like those, they didn't want fold or nothing. So that might be one trade-off you do with the age. And I'm not gonna have it sitting there spinning. And like Charlie showed on his first video, the ejector seat does come out. And the seat belts are that fabric material. They kind of remind me of like athletic tape. And they're a little tricky to get on there, but they do look pretty darn good when you get them on. You can do a little bit where they kind of lift it up and everything. But I'm kind of worried about stuff like this. So after the, certain areas, I'm going to keep my eye on it. So like this, if it raises up or whatever, I'll put some of that dull coat to kind of glue it down. And that dull coat is pretty nice and dull, so it won't you won't be able to see it so much, because like all these are dull coated down and you really can't see it. Even that up there, that decal. Here's the back side. I don't know if this piece will actually go with it like when it's ejected. And I am assuming, because you had to paint these brown, actually hand painted that. Pretty nice straight edge for hand painting. I was pretty happy with that. Those are supposed to actually be brown, so I'm assuming something comes out of those. And then there's the parachute. So and the oxygen tank. One of the only things I had a problem with was this little hose or wire. It actually cracked and broke in 3 different places, so I had to fix that. But other than that, I didn't have too many problems. It was just a lot of time. Got even decals down here that you ain't got to see. And then these are the rollers for it to slide on them tracks. So there is the gauges. I did put quite a few coats of that clear gloss coat, top coat. Just a little drop in those. Give them a nice gauge look. And then this one had glass and this one had glass. And then hand painted that and that. And all these other buttons are hand painted, but there's a couple decals here and there. And some, I did like a little whitewash to get into some of them cracks for extra detail. And that side as well. And this thing I have to look more on, and I wonder if that's like some kind of armrest. So that way when they're pulling out the G's, they can really accurately use the stick. Even on the side there's more gauges. And I think on Charlie's, I think his had more gauges, but I think mine had more decals. There's decals on this that I can't even see anymore. Like here's even an oxygen one, and then they had super little tags here. I don't think you guys can see it. So and up here I did dry wash. But one thing that's similar to both our kits is this piece here. Now I glued all this together. I mock fit that glued it on, made sure it all fit because it was all one color. I didn't want the shiny super glue showing or anything like that, so I ended up painting all that at the time, and after that little bit of paint, this wouldn't fit very straight. But I didn't want to scratch out the paint to make it fit right, and then I'd had a bad look to it. But this was a nice challenging build, but I stuck with it and made sure that it looked good when it was done. And now that since it was a challenge and it looks great in my opinion, it's very rewarding to have something that looks that good. Now I got the base. That's the base that comes with the kit, and had a really nice tag. I had this F16 1/12 scale Cockpit tag, and it was so curled up I didn't want to stick anymore. So I'm gonna set this aside and try to figure out how I'm gonna actually do the final on it. But I might actually do a piece of wood or something than this. I'm not too super happy with that. And I also might do something, because I got the other kit. I'm going to build both of them, so I might make something that both of them will sit next to each other on. But that's going to be a little bit of time from now. So there'll be some pictures here at the end, and I hope you enjoy it. If you guys are interested in this kit, really do your research, find one, because you ain't gonna be disappointed. It will be fun. It'll be a good challenge, but it'll be well worth it. So until next time, hope you guys do well and have a good one.